It's 5 a.m. My alarm goes off. I get up, no snoozing allowed. I go to the gym. I crush my workout. I take a cold shower. Cold. No exceptions. I down a protein shake. I hop on LeetCode. I finish 3 hard questions in 30 minutes. It's only 7:30 a.m. Wouldn't you hate that if that were actually me? I mean, good for you if you can do it, but I definitely cannot. So here's what a more realistic day looks like. So I start my day around 9. I am definitely not one of those people that just gets up after the first alarm. I actually have multiple staggered alarms to make sure that I'm awake whenever I need to be awake. I also have this pretty bad habit of snoozing my alarm a bunch, so sometimes I'll even reach over, grab my phone, and then fall asleep with it in my hand just so I can snooze it a little bit faster than I usually do. After snoozing my alarm a probably unhealthy number of times, I'll typically roll over and hop on my phone for a little bit. If I feel particularly intellectual that day, I'll read through the morning news email debrief from the New York Times, but if it's not one of those days, then I'll just scroll through Reddit or Instagram or whatever social media platform. I also make sure to check Slack really quick to see if there are any emergencies going on that require me to hop out of bed immediately. After I'm done scrolling through my phone for a little bit, I'll roll out of bed and get ready for the day. I get dressed for the gym in the morning so that way I can't make excuses to myself after I finish work. I'm also probably a little bit too paranoid that my coworkers will think I'm disgusting if I show up on our Zoom calls wearing the same shirt every day, even though there's almost a 0% chance that they'll notice. But besides those reasons, I feel like getting dressed in the morning just helps me feel productive and, ready to take on the day. So I've actually been working from home ever since October of 2020, which is when I first started my first full-time job. Obviously, it's not how I expected to start my full-time career, but I'm super grateful to have a job during these difficult times and not have to deal with morning traffic as well. I'm usually logged on my computer by around 9:30ish, and I'm ready to start the day. I'll look through my Slack messages, look at my calendar to see what meetings I have for the day, and also look at the Scrum board to see what I have to work on. I try to squeeze in a little bit of coding before all my morning meetings start. For those of y'all not familiar with software engineering, a lot of companies will organize their work into sprints, which are basically just these 1 to 2 week intervals. For each sprint, we have a certain number of tickets to do, which are basically just to-do items that we have to accomplish. We have all of these tickets arranged nicely on a little board that can keep track of the progress and how each team member is doing with their tickets. I have my first meeting of the day at 10:30 with the other engineers on my team. This is a pretty chill meeting. We talk about all sorts of stuff like animes we're watching, stocks we're losing money on, COVID revenge plans, and sometimes refactors or bugs that we're dealing with. So really just, whatever is on our minds, whether it be work-related or not work-related.
Oh, that's the actual.
This is definitely one of my favorite meetings. It's one of the ways I've gotten to know my teammates so much better, even though we're all working from home virtually and we don't get that in-person interaction we would have had otherwise. I have another short break to squeeze in some work, and then at 11:45 I have my team stand-up. Stand-up is just a daily meeting where each team member talks about what they've accomplished so far, what they're currently working on, and anything that they're currently having trouble with. After stand-up, I'll go and heat up my lunch. I usually meal prep on the weekends, so that way I don't have to worry about cooking on the weekdays. You're totally gonna judge me for this, but I think everything tastes really good. My palate sucks, I'll say it. Because of that, I don't have to put a whole lot of effort into making meals super tasty. I'm also able to eat the same thing over and over again, so say what you want, but it lets me maintain a pretty healthy diet with relatively low effort. While I eat, I like to watch some YouTube. Lately I've been watching a lot of Elliot Choi, Kelly Wakasa, Jed Cal, and their whole squad if you follow those guys. I eat pretty fast, so I'll probably finish my lunch in around 15 minutes or so. So I'll chill for a little bit longer and then just get back to work. So it depends on the day, but pretty often I'll have my afternoons relatively free to just work. This is my favorite part of the workday just because I feel the most productive during this time. I'll just throw on a playlist on Spotify and just grind out whatever work I have to do. That work could include coding or reading documentation or debugging. Sometimes I will have meetings typically to plan out a larger scale project or coordinate efforts across different teams. I do my best to take breaks during this time, but I'm not super good about it, to be honest. But I'm working on it. After work, I'll go get a workout in. I used to work out exclusively in my room, but my apartment complex recently opened up a gym, so I've been going there a little bit more frequently. If I'm not totally dead by the end of my workout, I'll try and take a short walk outside just to get some fresh air and some sun. After I come back from the gym, it's time to eat dinner. I don't have dinner prepared like lunch, but I do have the ingredients for dinner prepared, so that way I just have to, throw it into a pan and cook it up. While I eat dinner, I'll typically watch something, whether it be anime, YouTube, K-drama, or whatever show. After dinner, it's kind of a toss-up of what I'll do. If I'm feeling productive, I'll work on some personal projects. If I'm not feeling so productive, I will continue to binge whatever show I'm watching. And hopefully in the future I'll make more videos like these. Around 9:30 or so, my friends will typically message and ask if I want to play video games with them. If I'm feeling super productive and kind of like in that zone, I'll have to turn them down, but a lot of times it ends up being yes, and I'll play video games for them for the rest of the night. I'll try to wrap up the video games a little bit before midnight, and then I'll go get ready for bed. I hop in bed and go on my phone for a little bit before falling asleep around 12:30 or 1 a.m. Pretty mundane, I know, but that's as realistic as it's gonna get. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.